Right now we have an emphasis, a renewed emphasis on mathematics, and we're always trying to ensure that literacy is top of the agenda, mathematics top of the agenda. We're about improving life choices and chances for all students. We want to make sure that kids have the skills that they need to do what they want to do in this world. And I think that's what's really important is we've got to be able to allow for students to have their voice, to figure out what they want to do, to work with them, to engage with them, to be able to excite them about education, to be able to have them dream and have their dreams realized because they've had a good education. If you have a good education, you've got lots of choices. If you have a good education, you understand things better. I heard something interesting the other day on the radio, and they were talking about how we're moving to autonomous cars. And they said people who are better educated better understand how safe they are, better understand the technology around that. And people that are more educated are able to make more informed decisions. So we want our students to be aware of what all the possibilities are. We want them to have a voice in what they want to get involved in, and we want to provide the best education possible. So in our education system, we cover the whole panacea of all kinds of curriculum areas, but we also encourage extracurricular opportunities as well. And we want students to engage with the school. We want students to be part of the arts. We want students to bring their parents to school. We want parent voice in our schools as well. We want parents to feel that they're free to come into the school and have that conversation about their son or their daughter because they know their children better than anyone else. And we want students to become engaged. We want them to be confident. We want them to be able to speak their mind. We want them to be respectful. And we want them as well to have a really good group of friends and feel like they are supported. But most of all, we want them to be themselves, and we want them to be the best that they can be. In Ontario, there are two areas that we're paying particular attention to in the social domain right now, and that would be equity and inclusiveness, and also looking at mental health and well-being. So in all of our schools, our language would promote equity. We would have systems in place where students would be able to belong to clubs, seek out any help that they might need. We are an inclusive society. We are inclusive in our schools. We want everyone to have a sense of belonging. We want teachers to help us identify if they feel that a student is having difficulty. We want students to identify if they feel that they're having a difficulty. We want parents to feel open so that they can be comfortable to come in and say that their child, their son, their daughter is having a difficulty at school. And then we will make connections for them and help them through it and give them a sense that that's fine to be whoever they are, it's fine. We'll work through it. We want them to belong in our schools, in our communities, and we want them to contribute because everyone has something wonderful to contribute to this world. So we build capacity. So we offer in-service sessions for our principals. At those in-service sessions, we build capacity. So what is the latest information that we have around literacy, numeracy? What do we need about the teaching learning process? What does that look like? How do we ensure that we have schools where people feel they can take a risk, where they feel that they're comfortable? How do we engage in schools where there are equity? What's the language? We need a common frame of reference. We need a language so that when we talk to people, everyone understands what we mean. We need to have really good communication skills. So we do professional development in all of those areas. The principal associations offer the principals courses. The boards of education offer in-service programs. The Ministry of Education offers in-service and support as well. So there are many and varied ways. Now those could be face-to-face, they could be virtual sessions. We also have our Learn, Teach, Lead, which is now called the Learning Exchange, where we upload videos, and they're videos from leading people around the world with insights into the teaching learning process. We spend a lot of time talking about assessment and evaluation. how do we assess students? How is evaluation done? What does it look like? What do those conversations look and sound like in a classroom when we're evaluating students? So all of those pieces. And then if we have new initiatives like equity, and if we have well-being and mental health, then it could, also be, what about sports? Why are sports important? Then we would have in-service where we would build capacity and exchange information with principals. So we have face-to-face sessions, we have principal learning team sessions where capacity is built, and we have in-service sessions where there's direct kind of talking about what the implementation process is. But then it's also supported with videos. We have monographs, we have other written materials, and then if a principal would like to have somebody from their school's department, we have consultants, we have superintendents who lend support, we have the Ministry of Education, we have student achievement officers, and we also have special education personnel as well that are there to offer supports to principals. So professional development comes in many and varied forms.